My close friends would probably describe me as one of the two twin towers, because one of my other friends is 6'7", and we're always walking together, and they always laugh and call us that every day. Probably describe me as not very outgoing, but very happy about where I am and what I'm doing. What I like about living around where I do is it's very secluded, and we usually are just off on our own, and we just have a lot of land that we can play on. So, my favorite memory so far from high school is probably playing in the Spirit game last year for high school, for basketball. Right now I am 6'6", and I play small forward on my basketball team. Spirit game is the rivalry game between Cheney and Medical Lake, and it was definitely the biggest crowd we ever had at one of our games, and it was just crazy. After high school, I want to go to college, possibly play college basketball, and I could see myself majoring in probably math or history, possibly computer science, something in that field. My favorite childhood memory is probably our trip to Washington, D.C. as a family. We got to see our New York City, all Washington, D.C., and parts of Philadelphia. My favorite thing about my dad, probably that he was my coach through my first few years of sports. He taught me a lot about baseball and when I played it, how much fun it was. My favorite thing about my mom is she always is at my sporting events and is always there cheering me on, and she's just been a role model for me. My favorite thing about my sister, it's a hard one. Probably that she plays sports too, and she gets that I have sports problems, and I get that she does. We can relate to each other. JT Gould, Cheney High School, class of 2015.